Hey guys, what's going on? Jeb here, and in today's video, we are going to be doing some Blank2Bank technical analysis on Cardano. This is the form of technical analysis where we take a completely blank chart and I show you everything you need to know how to do to bank in trading and investing. In this video, we're going to be coming up with a new price prediction for where we think Cardano is going over the next 3 to 7 days. If you are interested in that, make sure to stay tuned. If you enjoyed today's video, consider liking and subscribing. But without much further ado, guys, let's go ahead and dive right on into it. Before we get started, I do want to mention that today's video is sponsored by our very own Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy. CT2A is the one-stop shop to learn everything you need to know about doing technical analysis on markets so that you can profit in your trades and your investments. In CT2A, we cover everything from the very basics of technical analysis, like how to set up your trading view, all the way through the technical indicators that you're going to need to know if you want to profit in this market, through the technical analysis itself, where we discuss how trading is a game of statistics and probabilities. There are no certainties. We talk about how to plan and actually execute profitable trades. We talk about mass psychology and how you have to understand what everybody is thinking about the market so that you can know how the market is going to move so you know how to profit in it, and much, much more. If you're interested in joining CT2A, the link's in the description box down below, and there is a coupon code called SMETHETREE active right now for $75 off at checkout. Anyway, guys, let's get on to the Cardano chart. This is where we are going, but this is where we're starting. Tell me in the comment section down below if you ever struggle with having a completely blank chart and not knowing where to start while doing technical analysis. That's what we're going to be doing in this video. The very first thing in our Blank2Bank method of technical analysis is figuring out where our support and resistance levels are. The very first resistance level I'm going to draw is right up here at $1.48 because that is where Cardano topped out at back on the 27th of February. I'm also going to draw another level and change it blue for support down here at 97.5 cents because that was a previous all-time high for Cardano right here, and we came down and tested it as support multiple times. I'm also going to draw a level at exactly $1 by clicking on the support level and changing it to $1. The reason that we look at $1 as a level of support is because if we internalize that concept of mass psychology that we teach in CT2A, we're going to know that people like to put sell orders or buy orders around whole numbers. $1 is a much more appealing number than 97.567 cents. What this does is it creates something called a zone of support for Cardano in between 97.5 cents and $1 even. Okay, great. So we found our levels of support. Let's go ahead and look for trend lines now. To do so, we're going to go down to the 4-hourly chart. And the reason is because on the 4-hourly chart, we're going to have much more resolution and we're going to really be able to see what the market is doing and where we should put our lines. The very first trend line I see is a supporting trend line right here. This support level encompasses the bottoms on Cardano and shows where Cardano is getting support. Another level I see is right here. You can see that this constitutes previous resistance on Cardano, and these two trend lines mean that Cardano was in a falling trading channel, which as of the last 24 hours, we have broken bullish out of by trading sideways. This is something that we're going to come back to a little bit later on in the video. Going down to the hourly chart, there is one more thing I want to show you guys, and that is that Cardano is actually in an even smaller trading channel. Specifically, this would be called a symmetrical triangle pattern because we have an uptrending level of support and a downtrending level of resistance. When Cardano inevitably breaks out of this pattern, probably in the next 48 hours or so, you're going to actually have a trade set up. This is a place where you could either go into a long position around perhaps $1.16, or you could go into a short position perhaps around $1.10 flat. Keep a close eye on the hourly chart, guys. There is a potential trade down there. Moving back to the daily chart, the next thing we need to do is look at our RSI and our MACD. The reason that we cover the RSI and the MACD so much here on the channel is because playing into that concept of mass psychology we talked about earlier, lots and lots of people in the cryptocurrency space look at the RSI and look at the MACD, meaning many people are going to trade by the RSI and trade by the MACD, meaning that they have a lot of power and we should pay attention to them. The RSI is currently sitting at 57 on Cardano, meaning that we have room to run. If Cardano decides to go into an uptrend, there is room for that to happen. The MACD, on the other hand, has been bearish for 5 days. We can see by the histogram down here that the MACD, standing for moving average convergence divergence, the MACD line and the signal line are diverging. That's why these histogram bars are red. This is indicative that Cardano is in a downtrend and has bearish momentum. We're going to come back to all of this here in just a second, but first we have to figure out what the technicals are so we can move on to the analysis portion of the video. The next important technical to pay attention to is that volume is extremely low. We had large amounts of volume between the 20th of February and the 28th of February, but so far in March, volume has been exceedingly low. That indicates an anemic trend, and it means that Cardano is not looking very strong strong right now. The next technical I want to show you are the Bollinger Bands. You can see that the Bollinger Bands are starting to constrict on themselves, meaning that we're losing volatility. Losing volume and losing volatility generally indicates a weak trend. What's the overall trend right now? The overall trend, even though we've been bearish for the last 7 days, is still a bull trend. We're still in a bull market on Cardano. So when we're losing volume and losing volatility, it speaks to the anemic nature of that market. And last but not least, the final technical that we're going to look at is the 20 daily exponential moving average. That's this exponential moving average right here. You can see that Cardano is holding fast above it. So when we're talking about potentially breaking bearish out of this pattern down on the hourly chart, we need to take heed to the fact that there is a support level at $1.08. And if we do break bearish and we enter a short trade at $1.10, like we said earlier, then we need to keep in mind that Cardano very well may bounce just 2 cents below that at $1.10. The 20 daily EMA is a very powerful support level, not to be disrespected. That being said, should we break the 20 daily exponential moving average, it would make a lot of sense for Cardano to pull all the way back down to $1. So when we're talking about short-term price predictions, here's what we have to take into account. Volume is very low. That signals an anemic trend. Volatility is very low. That signals an anemic trend, a very weak trend. MACD is bearish and becoming even more bearish. RSI is sitting around 58, and the Bollinger Bands are converging on themselves, which supports that idea that volatility is low. All of those indicate weakness in the predominant trend. Right now, the predominant trend is bullish, even though we've been bearish for 7 days. The last several months have been extremely bullish. That indicates to me that we are probably going to trade sideways or trade to the downside with a greater likelihood than we are to break bullish. Now remember, guys, technical analysis is not about perfection. Technical analysis is simply about tipping the scales in your favor and having a 55, 60, 65% chance of being right. It's not about being right every time. There is a potential that Cardano could bounce here and rally to the upside. The technical analysis, however, is predicting $1 for Cardano probably in the next 3 to 7 days. I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below. Where do you think Cardano is going? Do you think it's going to $1, or do you think it's going to 10? I want to hear all of that and more down below. And by the way, if you haven't already, make sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at CryptoJeb. We post over there almost daily, and I would love to see your smiling face over there. If you want more information on Cardano, we actually did a live stream earlier today breaking down all of the fundamentals on Cardano. We talked about a ton of different things. If you're interested in that, make sure to go back on the channel. The VOD is up. Anyway, guys, if you enjoyed today's video, consider liking and subscribing to the channel. But for now, though, that is going to wrap it out for today's video. Before I go, though, I do just first want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching, as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Oh, I got a real good feeling. Got a real good feeling. Like there is lightning deep in my bones. Yeah, I got a real good feeling. I won't hit no ceiling. I'm going higher than I've ever known. I got a real good feeling.
Hey guys, what's going on? Jeb here, and in today's video we have a falling mic.